On its maiden voyage, the Titanic was thought to be unsinkable until an iceberg turned that confidence into catastrophe. The Titanic's story begins with ambition and innovation. Launched in 1912, it was the largest and most luxurious ocean liner of its time, built by the White Star Line to revolutionize transatlantic travel. Its construction featured cutting-edge technology, including watertight compartments meant to keep it afloat no matter what. The ship boasted lavish interiors, grand staircases, and opulent accommodations that symbolized human engineering confidence. The Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, on April 10, 1912, bound for New York City. On board were over 2,200 people, ranging from wealthy first-class passengers to emigrants hoping for a new life in America. The voyage started smoothly, with celebrations and excitement filling the decks. But on the night of April 14th, disaster struck. At around 11:40 p.m., the Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic, which ripped open its hull along several compartments. The ship's design intended to withstand flooding in a few compartments, but this collision damaged more areas than the ship could handle. Communication and response to the damage became critical. The crew sent distress signals, but nearby ships were too far to arrive in time. Many lifeboats were launched half full due to confusion and strict evacuation protocols that had not accounted for such a scenario. The night grew colder as the ship began sinking. The Titanic's bow dipped lower into the ocean, pulling the stern higher, and eventually the ship broke apart before sinking entirely around 2:40 a.m. on April 15th. Over 1,500 people perished, making it one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. Several factors contributed to the high death toll. Lack of sufficient lifeboats for everyone on board played a major role. The iceberg warnings received earlier were not fully heeded. Crew and passengers were unprepared for such an emergency, and there was a lack of coordinated evacuation. What followed the tragedy reshaped maritime safety regulations forever. The International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea was established, introducing requirements for enough lifeboats, 24-hour radio watch on ships, and regular safety drills. The Titanic disaster exposed gaps in safety culture that other vessels quickly sought to address. Decades later, the Titanic rests deep beneath the ocean's surface, its wreck discovered in 1985. Exploration of the site has revealed valuable information about how it sank and what remains of the once majestic ship. Its story continues to captivate the world, not only because of the massive loss, but because it highlights human limits when faced with nature's power. The Titanic disaster remains a stark reminder of technology's vulnerability and the importance of preparedness at sea. Each detail from that night, from the iceberg warning to the lifeboat shortages, serves as an enduring lesson in maritime history. The tragedy of the Titanic is more than just a famous shipwreck. It is a powerful example of how overconfidence and oversight can lead to devastation.